if anybody is not able to watch the webinar right now, hopefully now you will be able to watch this recording. So people are still joining, so I'll give my intro spiel again now that I've also started recording it too. But if you're just joining, you can hop on the chat, say your name, where you're from, and also what sort of photography you do. That way we can kind of get to know each other. This is going to be a very casual sort of hangout today. But for a brief intro to me, I just did an intro, so I'll do the quicker versions if you just listened through it the first time. But a brief intro for me, my name is Lauren. I've worked with Pic-Time for over 7 years now. I started out in their online support chat, helping photographers answer any questions you all have. And nowadays I run our help center, so all of the help articles and tutorial videos and things like that. And then I also train our support team and our new employees and teach them how to use the Pic-Time system as well. So I'm a bit of the resident Pic-Time expert here, but I do also use Pic-Time for my own photography as well. So I photograph weddings and families, and I also do some creative portraiture as well. So I'm a little bit biased, but I do also use Pic-Time for my own stuff. So we'll go ahead and get started. Now that I've got this recording, if anybody's late, they can rewatch my spiel. But for this demo today, what we'll be doing is the main goal is to show you how to set up and use the classic holiday sale app. The time of the year is now to do your Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. So if you've ever wanted to do it and you've never done it before, you're in the right place. I'll show you how to set everything up. So for kind of the outline of the class, I would say, I'll go through just a couple account settings you might want to set up before you do the sale. And then I'll show you how to set up your store pricing with Digitalab. It takes like 2 seconds to set up. It's super fast. And then we'll get into the actual classic holiday sale app, which is the most fun part, I think. But if you have any questions throughout this, it is just Google Hangout, but I think there might be too many people for us to talk. So if you have any questions, you can just leave them in the chat. And I'm looking at the chat over here, so I'll be able to see them as the questions come in. And I think we'll kind of just answer questions right away, but I will have a spot for a Q&A at the very end of class. But yeah, we'll try to get us out of here in under an hour, hopefully under 45 minutes, but we'll see. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Click to share. Let's go ahead and go. And for a brief intro to Pic-Time and specifically the marketing sales apps, I'll kind of show you what they look like first of all. But this is our main dashboard here in Pic-Time. And if you've never done a sale or worked with the marketing apps, basically what they do at their most basic level is you set up a discount that your client can spend in their online shop that's connected to their gallery. And it will present the client with that discount through emails that they receive, as well as through banners that are displayed in the gallery. And that's kind of how all of the marketing apps work at their most basic level. It's just a discount and emails and then banners that are displayed in the gallery. So once you kind of understand how to set up one of the apps, you can pretty much understand how to set them all up. And also, when I say set up, I pretty much just mean click to install and add it to your galleries. There's very minimal setup required. For me, I'm not a very salesy photographer, and I feel like most of us are not very salesy. We're here to photograph people and, help people preserve their memories, and we don't want to be super businessy and tell people to buy stuff from us all the time. But, at the end of the day, we do want our clients to print out their work and hold their memories in their hands. And it's that's the whole purpose of photography, right? At least in my mind, I'm like, you should print out your photos and surround yourself with beautiful artwork. So I'm always trying to remind my clients how important it is to print out their work. And with the marketing apps, it allows me to be very proactive with them and keep an open communication channel and just remind them, throughout the year that they have this opportunity to actually print out their memories. But for all the marketing apps, again, your client will basically receive emails telling them about the Black Friday sale or whatever sort of sale you do. And then in the gallery itself, it will present them with the banners. And these will display throughout the gallery. We've got, let's see if we scroll down here, we've got this fun countdown timer. This one's my favorite banner. And then it will also show up. So this is kind of how the gallery looks. And if your client scrolls through and marks like photos as favorites, they can also click on this buy button to click and, purchase photos really, really quickly. And then in the main shop, there's also another gallery banner that's displaying the discount and whatnot. And this shop is already set up with Digitalab products, but I'll show you how to set up the store pricing. Oh, and before I forget, one of the things I really love about Pic-Time is the whole importance of printing out your work and giving those clients that emotional connection to their images, so they're more likely to, buy their most favorite photos. So even as the client is like scrolling through the gallery and marking photos as favorites and spending more time looking at certain images, those favorited photos are more likely to appear on these product images in their shop. And also it will appear in the marketing emails that they receive. So each person will be seeing their most favorite photos in the emails. And even that small aspect of it, I think, is so powerful and just really cool that Pic-Time even has, even just the small details like that to try and help our clients visualize their most favorite photos. So that's kind of how the gallery in the shop looks, but we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to set up your store pricing with Digitalab products super quickly, just in case you don't already have it set up, I suppose. And also, I would say, for me personally, I like to go through and look at my store pricing twice every year anyways. And I do that before my wedding season starts and right before I send out my Black Friday sale. So either way, I would suggest you go through your store pricing and just double check and make sure everything looks good anyways. But we'll go ahead and go into our settings right here in Pic-Time. And the one other thing that we'll need to double check is in this first profile tab, and that's just these time zone settings right here. This will correspond with when those marketing emails are sent out to your clients, so you'll want them to be in your correct time zone. And again, if you've just joined the class, you can leave any questions you have on the online chat, and there's also a replay at the end of class too. So yeah, the time zone setting is the only other thing, but now we can go ahead and head over to our store pricing. And another thing I really love about Pic-Time is you can kind of approach it one of two ways. You can either use all of our default settings, all of our recommendations, the default emails, the default color designs, and all of that sort of stuff, and get your account up and running within, just a few minutes, really. Or if you want, you can go in and really customize everything, change all the colors, change all the wordings, add custom products, do product packages, sell slideshows. You can set up, all sorts of customizations with the site if you want. So it's nice, if you're super busy or you don't want to be bothered, or if you are like new to the photography business and you're like, I'm not sure what I should price these things at. Our defaults and our recommendations are really what we would suggest for you as a professional photographer anyways. So it's nice that you can get everything up and running with those recommendations right away. So in the store pricing, to create a completely new price list, we can come over here and click Edit Price List right here. And then we'll just scroll down and click Add More. And I'll say Digitalab. We'll do 2024. I already have one for 2023, so we'll make this next year's pricing. And then we've got, I've clicked out of it. My bad. Digitalab. Oh, goodness gracious, here it comes. All right, there we go. So now we've got our 3 different printers that we can choose from. And in the system, you can have your top priority printer. And then if that printer can't fulfill anything, the system will move on to the priority 2 printer and see if they can fulfill it. But Digitalab is great because they fulfill a lot of the products in your Pic-Time shop. And I would also generally recommend only sticking with 1 or maybe 2 printers. That way your client can avoid any potential shipping fees from multiple places, right? So we can select Digitalab as our first printer, and then we'll select none for our priority 2. And then when none of our preferred labs are available, we'll just have the product not available for our clients at all. So we won't try to self-fulfill it or do anything wild like that. And then we've got our markup presets right here. And again, these are kind of our recommended pricing based on the prices of the products themselves, like what you as the photographer would need to like pay for the production cost. And it corresponds nicely with the default discounts that are in the marketing apps. So if you use the markup presets and you use the default discounts, you'll still make a really good profit on all of the orders that are placed. So for this, we'll go ahead and select the premium pricing preset, and we'll go ahead and click to add it. Oh, and my stuff was not saved just because I have a billion tabs open right now. But we've got the Digitalab price list right here ready to go. And now it's all ready to go, and we can add it to our galleries if we want. And only Digitalab products are, enabled in the store pricing. So it's ready to go. It only took like 2 minutes. If you want to, you can go in and like deselect certain products, or you can go in and only offer like certain sizes of products. So for example, like I only want my clients to get the big albums. I don't want them to buy the tiny albums. So I'm only going to offer, my big albums. So you can do lots of customizations like that. You can also do things like product packages, where you group different products together and sell them at a singular price point. You could like even create like a Christmas or a New Year's product package where you had like greeting cards and calendars. So there's lots of customization options you can do. But this price list is all ready to go. And now what we can do is we can just click assign to our galleries, select all of our galleries, and then whenever any of our clients visit their galleries, they'll see these products in their shop basically. So that's the gist of the store pricing. If you have any questions about that, you can pop them in the chat here really quickly. But also we do have, if you go to blog.pictime.com, you can access our, where is it? Oh, there it is. How to set up your store in under 10 minutes. So if you need to reference anything again, or you just want to hear the sound of my voice again, I suppose you can access this article and you can watch our video on how to set up your store too. And also I would say, if you have any questions in general or need any resources, you can always reach out to our live chat as well. We're always happy to help. And most of us on the live chat are also photographers too. So we understand your plight. And you can also, if we come back here to our main dashboard right here, you can also click on this question mark icon to access our whole help center. And it's got lots of articles and videos and whatnot. And if you're brand new to Pic-Time, you can access this new to Pic-Time right here. We've got these quick start guides that will basically tell you all of the features of the site and how to set everything up basically. So that's also a good reference for you if you need that later on. But now that we have our store pricing set up, we can go ahead and do what we all came here for and set up the classic holiday sale app. So that's found in the sales and automation section. And again, at their most basic level, all of the marketing apps will give your client a discount that they can spend in the shop, and it will present your client with that discount via emails that they'll receive, as well as banners that are displayed. So I don't think I showed the holiday ones yet, but here's what the holiday email will look like. And then in the gallery, it will show the banners reminding your clients that they can purchase their products. And for the marketing apps, they live in two different tabs. You've got your campaigns tab and then your automations tab. And I'll give a brief intro to well, not all of them, but the campaigns are things like your holiday discount, so our classic holiday sale. You can do any sort of general sale like free shipping. You can give your client complimentary products. You can give them a print credit or a gift card. You can even do like a friends and family discount where there's no markup on the products at all. And of course, there's things for all of the different various holidays. And the automations, a lot of them are still like a singular discount, but they'll either follow different sales strategies or the workflow or life cycle of the gallery. So for example, the gallery expiration app, this one will automatically send out a discount to your clients right before the gallery expires. So if they have any last minute orders they want to place, they can do it with the discount, right? Some more workflowy type of ones. The rolling publish one is one that I really like to use. This one will basically send out a preview phase of the gallery for your clients. So I like to use it for my weddings, and I give them, the day after preview photos or the slideshow. And then after a certain period of time, then the full gallery is released and everybody gets a big discount once all the photos are there. The ones that I would really recommend for any new users and really every photographer is definitely the early bird one and the abandoned cart one. These two are our top performing apps. The early bird one will basically send out a discount after someone has visited the gallery for the first time. So I like to use this to say, thank you for visiting. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, by the way, while you're excited, here's a discount that you can spend. And the abandoned cart one is this one might be my favorite, although I think the anniversary gift one might be my favorite. But the abandoned cart one is really cool because it will send out a discount after people have left items in their shopping cart for a certain period of time. So I have mine set to where the email will send out after like 9 days or so. And it basically just says, hey, I noticed you've left items in your shopping cart. I think it's so important to print out your work and hold your memories in your hand. So here's a discount. And I've even had a couple of my own clients respond to the abandoned cart email being like, oh my goodness, thank you, Lauren. Like, that was so sweet of you. And then they place their order and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that email sent out. That's amazing. And so it's really cool to see, the apps kind of working in the background for you. But yeah, I think the anniversary gift one might be my favorite one, particularly because I think it's the best example of showing how powerful the sales apps are. This one will basically send out a discount once a year on the gallery date. So it's good, obviously, for weddings, but you can also use it for like newborn sessions or like yearly family photos or things like that. And it's nice because, even if my clients don't buy something from me, I'm giving them an opportunity to look at their photos again. I've remembered their wedding date after a whole year, which is, impressive, right? I can't remember anything. So it's very impressive that I could remember their wedding date, right? And also, I'm giving them a nice gift and I'm keeping an open communication channel with my clients. So they're reminded that I even exist and they may book like a future photo session with me. So, even if I don't get an order from it, it's just a really nice, like, business sort of, community oriented thing that I can give to my clients. So I really love all the marketing apps. I know I'm probably a little biased, right? Because I work for Pic-Time, but honestly, I think they're so amazing and cool. And again, I'm not a salesy photographer. I don't like the idea of writing the emails. So all of the apps are like technically pre-made and ready to go. All you need to do is add them to your galleries and then they'll work for you. And it's the same case with the classic holiday sale app, especially because this app is based on like 4 or 5 or even like 6 years of data now at this point, of like what times people are checking their email and like what sort of discounts people respond to the best. So if you're again, not a marketing person, and you're like, I don't, when do I send out emails? What discount do I give to people, right? If you want to have the best possible sale, you'll want to stick with the default settings of the classic app. And it's nice too, because then you don't have to spend time customizing it or anything like that. So what we can do is, I'll back up a little bit. And the classic holiday sale app is in the campaigns tab, and then we can go ahead and click to add more campaigns. It might be popping up on this main page for you, but if not, you can click to add it. And then we'll go ahead and click and install. And we'll go ahead and click to add the app. You can change the name of it if you want. That's really only relevant if you're doing multiple versions of the same app. So like, for example, with the general coupon, I can make a free shipping coupon, and then I can do a complimentary album coupon instead. So I would change the name in that way. And sorry, here, Sarah, I'm reading your comment. Oh yeah, so I rarely get orders. Do you educate your clients on it or pre-educate your clients on it? And yes, I do. I tell my clients, even before they book with me, I give them my pricing, and I tell them, like, this is the amount of money you can expect to save up to spend in the shop for your gallery. So I even tell them, like, here's a price point, for you to buy the products. And I think even that, just telling your clients in the very beginning will give them enough time to, save up any extra money or just prepare for that sort of extra expense. And yeah, I tell them, like, I might be a little bit annoying about it, who knows, but I'm like, you have to print out your work. It's like, that's the purpose of getting your photos taken, is to be able to hold those memories in your hands. And so I'm always telling my clients about it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, like, adding it to your website, putting it all on your, client welcome packages and things like that. And just, and especially now in this digital age, I think people are starting to realize, like, oh, it's no fun to have them just on your phone. Like, you want to print them out. So yes, I'm always telling my clients. But yeah, for this classic holiday sale app, I'll show you the quick version of setting it up. There's just a couple things you might want to double check with the app before you actually get it sent to your clients. And that first thing is the design template right here. You can change the design for all of the emails and banners really quickly, and choose, like, this year's design, or look at, a couple previous years' designs as well. You can also fully customize the emails if you don't want to use a design template, but again, this is to save us time, right? And then we've got the Black Friday campaign and then the holiday campaign. And the only things you really need to check in here are the discount code itself, just to double check and make sure that it works with your store pricing. So we can go in here and change our discount amount right here. The discount is also by default limited to just the built-in Pic-Time products only. So if you already have things like digital downloads or slideshows or like product packages that you're selling, and you also want to include them in this discount as well, in this discount section, you can just uncheck this limit to specific products. I'd say most of the time photographers don't necessarily want to do the digital downloads at a discount. So it kind of just depends on your business model, really. But we'll check our 30% off. That looks good with our store pricing. We'll scroll down for the holiday campaign. It's a 25% discount, so that will also work with our store pricing. And then we can just click save to save the app, and then we can just assign it to our gallery. So once it finishes loading here, it always loads so slowly whenever I'm doing these webinars. That's okay. But let's see, what's it doing? What are you doing? There we go. So now all we need to do is add it to our gallery. So we can click on the app itself, click assign to galleries, and then select all of our galleries and click apply. And then it's sent out to our clients and they're all happy and good to go, right? And again, that's pretty much all we need to do to like make sure the app works correctly. Other than that, everything is ready to go. Oh, the only other thing that we will want to double check actually is the emails. Well, actually, we don't need to check it because it's already removed, but since what's even the date today? It's the 21st. So if you're assigning this app late, it will just send out the previous email right away. So since we don't have any email right here, it will send out your announcement email right when you assign the app. So if you don't want to send a whole bunch of emails, you can really quickly, delete the emails. But now I'll go through all of the steps of the app and teach you how to get everything set up and customized. Again, you certainly don't have to customize everything or anything at all, but it is kind of fun to do as well. So the first step right here is the recipients for the campaign. And in Pic-Time, there's basically 4 different levels of users, and someone's user type is just determined by how they're invited to that particular gallery. So usually like your wedding couple is the main clients, or like whoever's paying for the photos really is your main clients. And for the classic holiday sale, I would definitely recommend sending it to as many people as possible. You never know who's looking to buy photos. Even like vendors are looking for like different imagery for their venues or things like that. So I always think it's a good idea to send it out to as many people as possible, especially the classic holiday sale one, right? And then we've got our campaign language. So if you want, you can go in and change the language for the emails and the banners as well. And then we've got our design template, which we've already picked out. And then we've got the Black Friday phase of the app. And you have the Black Friday phase and the holiday phase, and both of them can be toggled on or off. So if it's already like, November 25th, you may not want to do the Black Friday sale, and you can just turn it off and only do the holiday phase of the app. Similarly, you may want to just do the Black Friday sale and not do the holiday phase, just if, you want your clients to get their orders in time for Christmas, and maybe the deadline is passed already or something like that. So it totally kind of depends on when you're sending the app out. But I would suggest after this webinar to go into your account and get it sent off to your galleries right away. So you've got no excuse, right? But we've got our Black Friday campaign right here. And the first step is this campaign start date. This date has already passed. So if you want, you can change it. But again, if you don't change it, the previous email will just send out right when you assign the app to your gallery. So you don't necessarily have to change it, but we can go in and update it. What's the date today? It's 21st. So we can change it to the 22nd if we want. And then we've got the discount code itself. And for the discount, this will be the same across all of the apps. So with any of the apps, you can do a percentage off, you can do a $1 off discount, you can do a free shipping discount, you can do a minimum order requirement. So maybe, it's 30% off of all orders over $300 or something like that. You can even include free shipping in all of the discounts as well. And you can customize the coupon code too if you want. And let's see, Claire just asked, does Pic-Time have the option to create and send client questionnaires and contracts or invoices? No, we do not, but that's a big feature request. So I'll add your name to our feature request list for it. You can kind of, this may be beyond this webinar, but you can do a form with like the custom products and things like that. But that's not really good for a questionnaire, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. You can, with the general coupon app, send out like a general email newsletter to your clients, but that's kind of the only extra sort of contract-ish thing you can do. But yeah, so now we've got our discount, and then we can go in and customize our emails if we want. And again, you can delete any emails if you don't want to send them out. So like, maybe I don't want to send this email, so I can just remove it. But I would, some of us, I'd say, are maybe a little bit nervous about sending a whole bunch of emails. And I was too in the past. But there's two things you do want to keep in mind with the emails is that, one, your client is getting a ton of emails from a bunch of places anyways. So, 2 extra emails from me is not going to change their life very much. But it may make them more likely to see even just one of my emails that I've sent to them. And also with the emails, you do want to keep in mind that your clients are looking to buy things for their friends and family right now. Like I'm looking around figuring out what to buy for everybody, right? So if I can remind my clients that, hey, you can order from me as a local small business, and you can give your friends and family this really beautiful, unique gift, I'm going to take that opportunity to remind my clients. And so once my perspective sort of shifted on that, and just to think that, these emails are just like a nice way to stay in communication with my clients and remind them that they can order through me, then it makes it much easier to send out a whole bunch of emails as well. And Sarah, you just asked, I give my clients a print credit with their wedding collection. Is sending this to them in a general coupon the best way to do this? Yes, that's a great way to do that. And that's how I do it for my clients. I also give my clients a complimentary wedding album as well, and you can use the Send product app for that. And that one's really nice because you can even send them like a design of the album too. So you can do it with the general coupon or the Send product app as well. And then Claire also asked, I'm with Pixie at the moment. Can I migrate my current galleries across to Pic-Time? Yes, you can. And also, actually, we're just in the midst of our own Black Friday sale. If you sign up for a yearly plan with, I think it's a year, or maybe, yeah, I think it is a yearly plan. If you sign up for a yearly plan, you get free gallery migration for up to 200 galleries. So if you're considering switching, this is the time of year to switch over because you'll get that gallery migration for free. And I think it's also you get 20% off your subscription, your Pic-Time subscription as well. So it's a really great deal right now. But yeah, going back to the classic holiday app, we can go in and edit our emails if we want. And with the emails, again, you can change everything about them. You can change all of the wording. You can change the color, like the imagery. You can change the colors and, get really wild and crazy if we, maybe bright green is by branding, you can change everything about it if you want. And again, these product photos will show your client's most favorite images in them. So you can, there's even this design layouts where you can showcase like even more of the products as well. So you can get really, really customizable with the emails. But again, they're already pre-made and like ready to go. And the marketing team they started in like June or July writing the emails. So I'm like, I won't mess up your beautiful email work. It's much better than anything I could have written anyways. And it's a similar situation with the banners as well. You can go in and change everything about them, but they're all ready to go. So there's really no need to customize things. One thing that's also really fun about the banners is that you can even, we even have like some video banners where you can show off the products as well. It just has like these like default imagery. There's not really a way to like show your photos in the video, but you can also even upload your own videos to the banners too. So that's another place where you can get really customizable if you wanted to. And for the banners, again, I would suggest leaving them all for this campaign. As many reminders I can give my client as possible is what I'm going to do. But for some of the other sales, you may not want to like completely inundate your clients with things. So for example, like I do a free shipping discount off of all orders over a certain amount. And I don't have a whole bunch of banners. I just leave this little text banner displayed. And you can even like remove all of the banners, remove all of the emails, and just have one text banner display so your client isn't emailed about the discount, but they can still see that they can use it, right? Again, I would not recommend that for the classic holiday sale app, though. I would leave all of the emails and banners, but you can do that with other apps as well. And then the next phase of the app is the holiday phase. And it's pretty much a similar situation to the Black Friday phase. We can choose our design template if we want, and then we can also choose like our discount and emails and banners. The campaign start, this will correspond with, you know, when your client can start using the discount code and when the announcement email is sent as well. So if you're sending this app past December 5th, which again, I don't think any of us will be, since we're all gonna set it up and send it to our galleries right after this class. But if you're sending it after December 5th, you can, you know, edit the date here. And then we've got, again, the discount code itself. We can go in and change things if we want or leave it as is. And then the campaign duration is basically how long your coupon code is active for, and it corresponds, again, with when the emails are sent out. So our 1-day reminder email will go out on day 6 of our campaign. And for all of the apps, your campaign duration will kind of vary depending on the app. For this holiday phase, I would definitely recommend just keeping it for 1 week. You know, your clients may still be a little bit late for Christmas, just depending on shipping deadlines and whatnot, but there's also always New Year's as well. I'm always late ordering my Christmas cards and they turn into New Year's cards anyways, so we'll give that for those people who are procrastinating. But for some campaigns, you know, you may want a longer campaign duration. So like a complimentary wedding album, I'm going to set my campaign duration to like, you can set it for like 60 months if you wanted to. Or for like the abandoned cart discount, we want that campaign duration to just be 1 day because our client already has the items in their shopping cart. They only need to click the checkout button, you know, so we won't give them any chance to procrastinate. So ultimately, the campaign duration does depend on your sale. But again, for this holiday phase, I would recommend leaving it for just 7 days. I think that's perfect. And then it's the same thing with the emails and banners. We can go in and change things and customize everything, or we can leave it as is because it's already good to go. And then we just have this internal note to ourselves. You'll see this when you assign the app to an individual gallery. Most of the time, photographers just leave this blank. And for like the classic holiday sale, you don't really need to add anything because this will just be your one sale that you do right now. But in general, I like to write what the discount amount is, if any emails are being sent out, and who I should be sending this discount code to if it's like a free product or something like that. I'm not going to send my free product to everybody in the gallery. So for this, I would write something like 30% off for Black Friday, 25% off for the holiday, all emails sent, and then I would write send to everyone or something like that. And then we can click save or done editing. And now the app is just sitting and it's waiting to be assigned to galleries. So it's not going to do anything yet because it's not connected to any galleries. But we can come over here and click this assign to galleries button right here and pull up all our galleries. I'll also show you, you can come over to the specific gallery and assign it there. So we'll go ahead and go over to our specific gallery. And then in the automations and discounts tab, I'll go ahead and just turn off all of these ones. You only want to have one Black Friday sale per gallery. So that way you may want to do more than one, who knows. But in the automations and discounts tab, we can go ahead and click more automations. And then we've got our classic holiday sale right here. So we'll go ahead and click to add, and then we can just click apply. And then any relevant emails are sent out, and then our client can use the discount code. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and go back to the steps of the app right here and see if we missed anything. Again, the only thing you may want to check with the app, since we're a little bit late for it, is the emails. So here, let me add a completely new app from scratch. Oh yeah, the email is already removed, so you don't really need to worry about it anyways. And the app will still work for you. But yeah, the only things you really need to check about the app are the templates to fit the design that you want, and then just to make sure that your discounts work with your store pricing, and then you can send it off to all of your clients. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and open it up for questions now. Since there's still a few people, we'll go ahead and leave it in the chat, but I'll take a look at the chat and see what's going on. So Claire said, how does the migration work? Do I have to do this, or does Pic-Time do this for you? Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So for the migration, what you can do is just go to migration.pictime.com, and it will have some details and things like that. And it will have some frequently asked questions as well. But in our knowledge base, you can access this gallery or this help article, and you can fill out our migration form right here. I'm sure it's on the other page too, but you can fill out this migration form, and basically what happens is the migration team will go into your old gallery service provider. They'll download all of your galleries and then re-upload them to your Pic-Time account, is basically how it works. And then after all of the galleries are moved over, what you can use is you can actually use the, is it in here or is it in the other one? You can use the gallery migration app. Is it in here? Where'd it go? Let's see, I think it's in the campaigns. I must have missed it. Oh, there it is right there. I did just miss it. You can use this gallery migration app. And this will basically, it's basically a general coupon discount where it will send a discount code to your clients, and it will give them instructions on how to actually access their new gallery. So you've got your discount, you've got your campaign duration, you've got the emails and banners, and we've pretty much already seen all of those steps in the Classic Holiday app. So you're already an expert in setting it up. But also, if you do need any help, again, you can reach out to our live chat team, and we can help you, set up all the steps of the app. And we do also have a help article on how to set up the gallery migration app as well. And then Alex asked, is it possible for existing users to use that code for, let's see, to automatically generate Digitalab as the default fulfiller? That's a good question. I don't know if that will work. That's a great question. If it doesn't work, if you try to upgrade and for some reason the discount doesn't work or anything like that, you can reach out to our live chat team though, and we can get it sorted out with your account. But yeah, I know you stumped me with a question. That doesn't happen very often. And then Katie asked, can you swap from monthly to yearly? So yes, you can swap from the monthly plan to the yearly plan, and vice versa as well. Although if you go from yearly back to monthly, you'll still have what you already paid for, right? So yeah, so to have Digitalab as the fulfiller, I'm not sure if it will work, but if it doesn't work, again, you can just reach out to our live chat. So yeah, that works with our affiliate links, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, are there any other questions at all? Sam, I'm fucking anybody typing away. And again, if you do have any other questions, our live chat is, we love chatting with you, so it's always fun. But yeah, there will be a replay of this afterwards, so you can reference anything later on. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead. Oh, Sarah says, is there a max amount of products for the store? Too many or too little? That's a great question. There's not a limitation on the amount of products you can have in the store, but I would recommend going the more curated route in not only giving your clients just the general products that you want to sell, but also giving them like your recommended sizes and whatnot. So again, for like a matted frame, I don't want my clients buying the tiny 4x6 frame. I want them to get the big, huge frames, right? So I'm not going to even offer the tiny frames. So I would definitely recommend going the more curated route. You can also have like all of the products in the shop and then create product packages that have your recommended products in there. So I have one set up for like my weddings where it's like the wedding essentials, like these are the products I think everybody has to get from their wedding photos, versus the luxury wedding package where it's like these are really fun and cool, but you don't have to have them, right? But yeah, Claire asked, can you explain about Digitalab being the default lab? Is it not just a question of choosing digital products when you set up the store? No, it's not just a question of it, because you can have a specific Digitalab affiliate. I don't know what all is connected with it. I think it's just you have the Digitalab branding up in here. But yeah, if you do want that in your account, again, you can just reach out to our live chat. But you can also just choose the Digitalab products as well when you set up the store. So I'm pretty sure both of them functionally will work the same way. And then Cassie asked about watermarks. I do in-person sales all year round except for Christmas minis. Does Pic-Time support the watermarks and preventing clients from removing them? Yeah, there's lots of watermark options for you to set up. Here, I'll even just show you. If we go into our settings and then brand and style right here, you can set up 2 different watermarks. So you can choose like the sizing and the positioning of them. And you can also use this AI watermark protector, which will basically, it will create like a super grainy, noisy version of your watermark. It's kind of hard to tell with this Pic-Time logo, but it will make it so that it's harder for AI watermark removers to actually remove your watermark. So you can use even that as well. And then you can also show like where you want the watermark to display. And then you can also turn off the watermark for each gallery as well. So if you can leave them on throughout the whole year, and then during the time of Christmas minis, you can just switch it off in your gallery settings as well. But yeah, are there any other questions? Let's see, give me your hardest question. Don't give me your hardest question. Give me an easy question. Just kidding. I know, I'm trying to think. I'll give you a preview of some of the other features of Pic-Time that I like, while we wait for just a couple more questions to pop in. But one of the other features that I really also love, I won't necessarily show it, but I also really love the slideshows in Pic-Time as well. I think that's another really powerful tool to like give your clients that emotional connection to their images. And it's fun because you can create social media versions of the slideshows, and give your clients free downloads of the slideshows, or you can even sell the slideshows too. So the slideshows are another really great tool. But yeah, the marketing apps are honestly like, they're really amazing. I really love the apps. But yeah, I'll go ahead. I don't think there's any other questions, so I'll go ahead and let you all go. But thank you again so much for joining me. It was such a pleasure getting to chat with you. And yeah, I suppose I'll catch you on the internet. I'll see you on the live chat. But yeah, if you do have any other questions at all, feel free to reach out to us. We love helping. But yeah, hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Adios.